Now, as far as just daily life, the Fifth Amendment isn't really. I mean, unless you're being arrested by cops all day, but there's. I don't really see a situation like that. But as far as just daily life, the Fifth Amendment isn't that commonly used. Um, Not as much as the first, freedom of speech, freedom of just freedom and all that. Um, but it's still important. It's still vital, crucial. I would say it's part of the core scaffolding of our government, of our legal system, and of just every person who has ever been accused or convicted or innocent or guilty, and it's important. Like if we had this back in the day, in like back in the day, like 1,000 years ago, maybe they did. I don't know, but if that was like incorporated into the legal systems, and it wasn't just a king telling you or telling his guards to kill this guy, then so many more people would have lived to the fullest, and probably would have done amazing things. So this is the Fifth Amendment is just one of the many important amendments and changes to the law that are so hidden. I don't know how else to describe it. They're just like they're so overlooked by the majority. Like obviously, obviously, if you're a lawyer or a judge, then that's going to be pretty vital that you know what the Fifth Amendment is, because that's pretty much one of the most important things if you're a judge or if you're a defendant. Um, but yeah, it's up there. There's a reason why it's higher up on the. There's a reason why it's the top five. But yeah, it's just one of those things that you can't really live without. Like even if the world was so few in diversity and equality and freedom for all, I mean, most of the world is, but I mean, like if the core values of America wasn't weren't created, or if the revolution never happened, even if the Fifth Amendment were still like was still there, it would make the legal system still 10 times better. And the reason why it our legal system has the potential to be so strong and so sturdy and so thorough is largely in part because of the Fifth Amendment. Right to a fair trial, right to a speedy trial, due process of law, right to eminent domain, right to silence, right to all that, and you know that's all where it starts is in the courtroom. It, in modern day, that's the building block of life. It's, dare I say, the most important thing that is right now. Like even if we didn't have freedom, like I said, we could still get it back with the Fifth Amendment. Because if you're not being treated fairly in the courtroom, or not being treated fairly in investigations, or I mean interrogations, then I mean, where else would you expect that kind of treatment? you know? Maybe from like a family member, but that's not the same as if you're trying to get like something major done, like instilling the First Amendment or the principles of the First Amendment within a legal system that doesn't have them, like in North Korea or something. Like if North Korea wasn't a dictatorship and had the Fifth Amendment, the potential would already skyrocket. And that's just how important it is. I mean, obviously they could just hire a hitman and kill you, but it's still there. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's about it.